This tricky IELTS essay topic recently confused a lot of IELTS candidates. Watch me solve and write a high band scoring response on a blank document. Plus, stay until the end for a bonus as I will be talking about something that won't ever let you go again blank in your actual IELTS exam. For writing a band 7 or 7.5 response to an essay prompt, you need to fulfill four specific grading criteria. Let's start off with the first one, which is coherence. But before writing even a single word, what we will be doing is called as mind mapping. It is actually brainstorming the main points that we will be writing in our body paragraph 1 and in body paragraph 2. So if you will start writing in haste, you will get confused, and there is a high possibility that you won't be able to write in a proper manner. Like you might write in a journal way and a response that is journal. And what IELTS test conducting body demands is that you write your response in a specific way. That is how you will be able to fulfill a specific grading criteria, which is called as task response. So, what is mind mapping? I have told you that we will be thinking about what we are going to write in our body paragraph 1 and in our body paragraph 2. So, two main points that we have to write, as you might be aware that in the body paragraph there are three main things. One is main point, second is supporting idea, okay, and the third thing is example. But during mind mapping, if we just think about this main point, and then we will be able to write this essay in a very proper manner and it will be coherent. I do know that you might be aware, or if you are not, let me tell you about what is meant by being coherent. By being coherent means that your ideas are logically connected. So for being coherent from the start, first what you need to do is understand the essay prompt in a very specific manner so that you don't go in a general way or you don't start writing this essay in a general manner. So second thing is that thinking about two main points which you are going to write in your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. This way you will always stay on track, on topic, and you won't go off track. Let's read out the question, essay prompt. Some people believe that it is best to accept a bad situation such as an unsatisfactory job or shortage of money. Others argue that it is better to try and improve such situations. So it is a discussion based essay, and always do remember that you should, like it's written here, discuss both views and give your own opinion. And a mistake, a blunder that a student can do is that he just talks about the first viewpoint, and if he misses out writing on the second viewpoint, so his score can be cut off. As in task response, you have to fulfill whatever is being asked from you. So this is a discussion based essay, and there are two kinds of people. One says that you have to accept the hardships that come in your life, such as you if you are having a very like unsatisfactory kind of job in nature, or you are going through financial challenges. So for that, I have made two main. For that, I have made like for both viewpoints, I have made two main points. First is accepting hardships builds the patience required to spot future opportunities. So this is what actually I'm going to talk about. Like this is going to be our main point in the body paragraph 1. And this is like really important that you write actually the main points, just the main points in your mind mapping when you're doing mind mapping. Because if you will write down lengthy sentences, it will waste your time. So that is why I have given it just 2 minutes. So let's talk about the second one. Others argue that it's better to try and improve such situations. Like others recommend that you should try harder and also try to work on improving this situation that you are currently encountering. So for that, I have made second main point, which is improving your skills. and fixing weaknesses leads to direct career success. So for that, I have made another main point, and this main point I am going to form my body paragraph to completely on this main point. So this roadmap, which we have just built, like writing down the main point one and main point two in for our body paragraph one and two, this makes sure that you never go off track and you never lose your scoring for coherence and cohesion. Coherence is really important because there are a lot of students who often write in a very complicated manner. And if the examiner finds out that he's getting confused by your thoughts, he's not getting somewhere, so definitely if you will make it difficult for him to read and understand, so he will definitely cut on your scoring as well. So as we are just done with our mind mapping, and that took just 2 minutes, it should only take 2 minutes for you, and you should not spend more than 2 minutes on this, otherwise you will be wasting your time. So now we will be starting off with our introduction. In introduction, do remember either it be task 1 or task 2 in case of IELTS academic. So, and also essay comes in IELTS journal as well. So in case of essay writing, you what you have to do is rephrase this statement of the question in your own wording. And do remember this thing. If you copy paste these lines, if you use the same lines, so it can give a very bad impression to the examiner that you're not using your own thoughts. And also, one more important thing, the structure that I am going to talk about in introduction, in body paragraph 1 and 2, and in conclusion, it's not a template. I'm totally against templates. And if the examiner spots a template, he will cut your scores because artificial things are not acceptable in IELTS. In IELTS, they are after your creativity. So make sure that your thoughts are creative, your wording is natural. It's not like you have crammed certain words or lines. So now let's start off with our introduction. So in introduction, the first line is always the rephrase or a paraphrase of the statement that is of the essay prompt. So make sure that you change the ideas, change the sentences, but the meaning remains the same. You should not add any extra thing to this rephrasing or paraphrasing when you're doing it. Do remember this thing because I've seen a lot of people adding extra lines to this paraphrasing. No, paraphrasing it, changing the wording, but the meaning remains the same. So now I have paraphrased it like tolerating hardships is often advised by some individuals when they encounter difficulties like poor working conditions and economic struggle, while improving the situation and overcoming hurdles is advocated by others. This is the exact same idea that is being given to us in the question as well, essay prompt as well. So make sure you don't add any extra thing to this paraphrasing and keep it as simple as possible, and try to change the sentence structure if you want to, and don't go with this thing that just uh, using two or three words, using the synonyms like for bad situation or shortage of money, and that's it. You're copy pasting the exact line just by changing the two words. That's not that won't give a good impression to the examiner, and he finds out that you're copy pasting each and everything, so I'm telling you again, he is going to cut your scores. So try to keep your ideas simple. And also can see it that here I have wrote down 4 minutes. You should not spend more than 4 minutes on introduction. I've seen a lot of students struggling with the rephrasing, even taking like 5 or 6 or 7 minutes even for introduction, for introduction and for rephrasing as well. So you don't need to waste a lot of time. And one thing more, which is really important, you might have witnessed this thing that I have used the words which are really easy and they're not that difficult to understand. I haven't used any complicated word or a fancy word just to impress the examiner. Examiner gets impressed by your creative ideas, not by your fancy words. He knows a lot better words than you. So the next thing is, this is the most important thing, which often, like some of the students, they don't even know about this thing. The main points, main point one and main point two that we talked about in mind mapping, we need to talk about that in our introduction as well. Because introduction is basically a reflection of what you will be writing in your body paragraph one and body paragraph two. So we need to make sure that we include the main points here. It's like if you start reading a book and there is no index, like there is no mention of on which page you will be reading which idea, so you will be getting confused like where to start off from. So when you are writing the main point one and main point two in your introduction, you are giving the clue to the examiner that this is what I am going to talk about in the essay later on. So make sure you include the main point one and main point two of the main your body paragraph one and two here. Like here, the blue is basically the paraphrasing or rephrasing of the question, and now the pink parts represent the main point one that I will be talking about in the body paragraph one, which is openness to bad circumstances can lead to promising opportunities as one accepts his fate and becomes more tolerant. This is what I'm going to talk about. Okay. So I haven't used any complicated, sophisticated kind of idea. The idea is really simple that if one is open to bad circumstances, if one gets so comfortable that he has a habit of being open to the bad situations, bad circumstances that comes in his life, so he can it can lead to promising opportunities. It can open doors of opportunities for him, as one will accept his fate, like whatever is coming my way, I will accept it. So, and one also becomes more patient and becomes more tolerant. So this is what I'm going to talk about in the body paragraph one. Now let's talk about the body paragraph two. Now, in the body paragraph two, which main point did we pick? Improving your skills and fixing weaknesses leads to direct career success. So, this is what I'm going to talk about: trying harder and picking yourself up, like mustering up your courage by working on your weaknesses, can enhance your career success. So, this is the main point two that we are going to talk about in the body paragraph two, that mustering up your courage, picking yourself up, trying harder, trying your luck, and trying to improve the situation, the circumstances that you're currently in, so that you can improve your career. So, this is what I'm going to talk about. Like, I am really bad at coloring. So, I think it's a red color. So, this red color represents main point two. So, then there is a sentence that I've added to it at the end, and that is I will talk about both viewpoints in this essay and tell why I support the second viewpoint. Here it is written that, and give your own opinion. If you miss out on this thing, that if you don't give an impression to the examiner that which idea you will be supporting, the first viewpoint or the second viewpoint, if there is no clue or no mention of that, so the examiner will be confused. So that is why you should always make sure that you tell in your introduction that which viewpoint you will be supporting. Like here, I have said I will talk about both viewpoints in this essay and tell why I support the second viewpoint. So now let's talk about the body paragraph one. So every high scoring body paragraph requires three things: main point, supporting idea, evidence. Main point is something that is like a thesis statement that you will be talking about. And supporting idea is that whatever main point you have picked, what supporting points that you will be making in that regard. And then evidence is what is called as an example that you will be giving in order to justify your main point and supporting idea. So if there are these three things in your body paragraphs, so your body paragraphs will be coherent. There will be a logical connection between your points. And if you will not follow these things, if you will miss out on example, or if you will not give a supporting idea, so definitely you will you will lose your scores. And also one more important thing, it should not be like that if you had picked up a different main point here in introduction, and also in your body paragraph the main point is totally opposite. So the things should link with each other. Like in whatever main point you have picked in your introduction, it should be the same main point that you will be talking about in your body paragraph one. It should not be like you have picked up the same line and copy pasted there. You should definitely paraphrase the main point again. But what I'm trying to say is that things should get connected. There should be a connection between things. So for that, I'm telling you again that in your introduction, the main point you picked, it should be the same main point that you will be talking about in your body paragraph. And also, your supporting idea should also be in connection with the main point. And also, same goes with the evidence as well, example as well. Your example should be example can be like you might have seen a lot of people telling you that example should not be related to your own life, it should be imaginary. It's not like 100% sure kind of a thing that if you will be writing an example like a survey or some different kind of example that does not associate with your real life, so you will be getting good scores. It's not like that, because we have had students who used to write examples from their own life, like they used to link example with their own life and still they were able to get really good scores. So write an example whatever suits as per the context, either it be from your real life, either it can be an imaginary life. It's not like just write the survey example that the 60% of people supports this, or like MIT conducted a survey. This is just a crap that has been like from that has been around from a long time. So you can write, don't complicate essay writing for yourself. Just go with the flow. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever you find or seems fit to you, that it can justify your main point and supporting idea, just add that as an example. But these three things should be in your body paragraph one and in your body paragraph two as well. If these three things are missing, your writing will not be coherent. And also, we are writing down the same main points that we wrote in our introductions. So by writing them down again in the body paragraph, so this makes sure that our IELTS essay response is coherent. And if your essay becomes coherent, you directly get a lot of scores in your actual IELTS exam in case of writing module. So now I have typed the body paragraph one, and I will be talking about this in depth. So I have started my first body paragraph with on the one hand. You already might be aware of this thing, or if you're not, let me tell you that there is a scoring criteria, coherence and cohesion. Cohesion is basically adding linking words or cohesive devices or transition words inside your body paragraph. Do remember that these kinds of words like on the one hand, moreover, furthermore, these are not added in your introduction. These are just added in your body paragraph. So these kind of words, furthermore, moreover, on the one hand, firstly, there should be like 2 to 3 words in one body paragraph. Excess of everything is bad, so you should not do it like in every sentence. At the start of every beginning of every sentence you're adding a transition word. That will give a very bad impression in front of the examiner. So I've started, do note down the timing. I have given 12 minutes for this. For introduction was 4 minutes and mind mapping was 2 minutes, so total of 6 minutes. Now for body paragraph one, I have allocated 12 minutes. I've started my body paragraph one with a linking word. or a transition word or cohesive device, you can call this on the one hand. It is not necessary that you start off with on the one hand. You can even start off with firstly as well. It's up to you what suits you the best. So challenging situations can build more resilience in a person by making him more patient and tolerant. So being resilient, you know what does it mean? Like going through tough times, rough and tough times, and it makes a person more patient and one becomes more tolerant of hardship. So this is the same main point that I'm talking about, that I have talked about here. Openness to bad circumstances can lead to promising opportunities as one accepts his fate and becomes more tolerant. I haven't changed my main point. Okay. So my main point remains the same. So this is what I was talking about earlier, that always make sure that you don't like walk away from your main point. You should always stick to that. This is the main point. Now, what is the supporting argument? Wisdom shaped in the form of failures and countless working hours can make one calm and in control of his feelings. This is a supporting idea. And you might notice that the wording is too simple. Some people might be watching and thinking that it's so simple. How can I score so much high band scores if I'm writing this simple? This is what I've wrote it myself. I'm not using any kind of AI models. I haven't picked up ideas from any AI models. Let me clarify. I haven't picked up any word from AI model. And these thoughts are original. And you know what? Examiners can easily spot out the original thoughts because they have a habit of checking the IELTS essays every day. So if you are writing something, if you have picked up a certain line from a YouTube video, or if certain guy is claiming that this is a band 9 template of writing, which is really an impossible kind of thing to get 9 band scores in IELTS writing. Few people have done that, but there are, like, you can say uh, one in a thousand. So if you're picking up certain lines from a template, okay, and you're really happy that I will be able to get really good band scores. So through my experience, if my student has done that, or if I know of people who have done that, so they haven't been able to score more than 6 or 6.5 point. But if your target is 7.5, so your thoughts should be original. The lines you're picking up from somewhere, the same line some other student is also picking up, that the same line. So the examiner can easily spot that out, and he might have looked or had a glance at the wording you might be using. And these are like, if they find out that your essay is too generic, it's too artificial, you won't be getting any score. So that is why your thoughts should be original, and your vocabulary should not be that basic, but it should not be that highly advanced. If you can use highly advanced vocabulary, that's totally all right. That's not an issue. But if you are yourself forcefully injecting certain words into your sentences, and you don't even know yourself that you might be making a mistake, or you might be like giving an impression to the examiner that you're a fool and I am the one who is in command of. So if examiners think, examiners do remember this thing, thinks that you are fooling him, so he will cut your score. So stick to being original and being natural. So wisdom shaped in the form of failures and countless working hours can make one calm and control of his feeling. For instance, now I will be quoting the example. According to prospect theory, people often become mentally prepared at risk taking and constantly hunt for better possibilities when they are going through financial or career crisis. Now, this is a kind of theory that I read a long time ago in a book. So I have quoted the same example. And if you are like, your example should be such that you are fully confident, it should be matching with your main point and with your supporting idea as well. Like let's suppose if you have your supporting idea and main point are different and your example is different, so it will disturb your coherence and it will also disturb your band scores. So make sure that if you're confident regarding any example and if you're totally sure about that, so definitely you should include that kind of example. And I'm telling you again, it's not like a compulsory thing that you should not add anything from your own life and you should always include surveys and these sort of things. You can. No one is restricting you from adding that thing. But still, your thoughts should be original and the things should be coherent. Okay. And if you're confident in writing an example, you should go with it. You should not think twice about that. Because sometimes when we are self doubting ourselves while writing our essay, so it can waste a lot of time. I've seen a lot of people doing work like writing down a line, then erasing it, writing it again, self doubting themselves. It can waste a lot of time. Here you have got 12 minutes. So we are bound to time bound. So, furthermore, putting food on the table has become difficult for middle class families due to ongoing global crisis. But only those will survive who can endure tough times and bring out the positive from their situations. Endure is also not a word that you might not have heard of. So, who can endure? You can like endure is like who can bear tough times, who can walk through the tough time. It means the same. So furthermore is a linking word again that I've used. Okay, there are three linking words on the one hand, then for instance, and always after using a linking word or a transition word, always make sure that you use a punctuation that is a comma and then furthermore. So I have further elaborated, like add few thoughts to this example that putting food on the table has become difficult for middle class family due to ongoing global crisis. So this is something that I have added. So that is why I have wrote furthermore. I could have even wrote moreover as well. So now you should notice that always for your body paragraph, you should have three things in mind. I'm repeating again. The main point, supporting idea, and example. And if you want to further add something like after your example, you can add that. And it's not necessary. Do remember this thing that you should, like for certain people, they often get confused that is it necessary to add example at the end? No, it's not necessary. You can add an example like here instead of supporting idea, I could have example I could have added example, and after example, I could have added a supporting idea. We can even, it also even works out that way. So this is how to write a body paragraph one, body paragraph. And this is coherent. This will get you the maximum scores. What you are looking at is my fully organized IELTS Mastery pre-recorded course that comes with a 24/7 WhatsApp chat support and free writing evaluation. All of the modules, listening, reading, writing, speaking are part of it. Their strategy videos, their live attempts, PDFs of the books, essays, practice essays, speaking, mock questions. These are all included in this. And this all comes with just a price of 7,500 rupees. But there is a catch. You will be getting this course with a 1,000 rupees discount if you click on the link in the description right now and you go and buy my course. So make sure you visit the website www.thelanguagelabpk.com now. Click on the IELTS Mastery course, fill out the form, and you will be given access to the course instantly. So, so now let's talk about the body paragraph 2. Now, the body paragraph 2, in case of mind mapping or in case of introduction, our second main point was trying harder and picking yourself up by working on your weaknesses can enhance your career success. So, I've included the same main point that I picked up in that I wrote during mind mapping and also that I wrote in the introduction. I haven't changed anything. I will paraphrase the sentences that were wrote there, but the meaning is going to be the same. So in case of body paragraph 2, you're just looking at that I have started the body paragraph 2 with the word on the other hand. In the first body paragraph, it was on the one hand, and here it is on the other hand. You can also write it down like this on the other hand or secondly. It's up to you. So now, working on skills enhancement and hunting for better opportunities can open doors forward. So this means actually the same, which I wrote here, that trying harder and picking yourself up by working on your weaknesses can enhance your career success. So this is the same. Career success, hunting for better opportunities can open doors for one. Working on skills enhancement. So now I have wrote down my main point. Now what is going to be the supporting idea with this? If one is tired of a toxic workplace or suffering from poor financial conditions, then finding alternative chances to change their circumstances is highly advisable. This is going to be my supporting point. And this actually matches with this one, with the main point, aligns with the main point. So now if you're adding an example, like here I wrote for instance, so you can say to exemplify, for example is even suitable. To exemplify, Jim Carrey, a well-known American actor, worked as a janitor and used to live in his van, but later started doing stand-up comedy and went on to becoming one of the best actors by winning 4 Golden Globe Awards. Now, why I've included this example? It is because it satisfies, it proves my main point and supporting idea. Because our main our essay prompt was that, like our essay prompt, what was our essay prompt? Others argue that it is better to try and improve such situations. So the second viewpoint was regarding this. So Jim Carrey, like a well-known American actor, he was struggling, he was working as a janitor, and then later on, he went on to becoming one of the best actors. Like he didn't give up. So that is what I'm trying to say, that I have wrote this example, keeping in mind the essay prompt, in the introduction, the main point that I included, and then in the body paragraph as well, the main point, the supporting idea. So each and everything is aligning itself, and the example as well with it. Then there I wrote in the body paragraph 1, furthermore, here I have written moreover. Okay, you can write furthermore. You should not write it again, but I have wrote moreover. Youngsters nowadays are impatient and want to go for easy money, which otherwise takes years to build. Expertise demands restless nights, high spirits, and resilience. Now, there is one more important thing that you should know of. That is, you should never ever repeat a word thrice, more than 3 times. Like if you want to repeat a sentence third time as well, so it's up to you. You can do that. But still, if you can use a synonym in place of that, like here, the word is skills. If you have wrote the skills word 3 times, 2 times, so your job should be that you should make sure that you use some other word in replacement of skills when you're writing it for the third time. But if you haven't got any kind of synonym in your mind, so without wasting any further time, you should write down the same word the third time. But if you will be repeating the word for the fourth time, your scores will be cut. So make sure the word repetition cut your scores in case of writing as well as in case of speaking. So this is an important thing that I wanted to talk about. So in the body paragraph 2, our body paragraph 2 is complete. We have included a main point, then there is a supporting idea, then there is an example. So it becomes coherent. It becomes actually coherent. And also there are transition words, linking words, moreover, to exemplify. And on the other hand, there are 3 transition words, linking words. So it fulfills the criteria of the IELTS examiners. And also, in case of task response, you will be getting scores just because you have wrote as per the essay prompt. Then second thing is coherence. Are like the main point, our supporting idea and example, each and everything is coherent. So coherence and task response are really, like you can say, they are really important, because many people often underestimate that. Like let's suppose, if like mind mapping or brainstorming is so important, because I had a student, and what she did was that she did not wrote the understood the question during her exam clearly, and she didn't do any kind of mind mapping. She got nervous, and you know what, when she was writing her body paragraph too, she thought that she has wrote each and everything as per the essay prompt, but she was wrong. And later on, when she had completed her essay, like she even wrote down the conclusion, she said that I was doing proofreading and I found out that my essay is journal in I have wrote the essay journally in response to the essay prompt. So she went on to change the answer, and it took a lot of time, and she got just 6 band in writing, although her writing was really exceptional. So that is why I'm saying that mind mapping is really important. It does not let you go off track. Once you go off track, you will lose marks for task response. Okay, so this is really important, and also coherence. Now we will be talking about the conclusion. So now let's talk about the conclusion. And for conclusion, I have just wrote down that you should allocate 3 minutes for it. That's really important. If your conclusion is like 5 to 6 lines long, and your body paragraph 2 is like 3 lines long, this can happen with a lot of students if they are not aware of this thing. So you will be wasting your time and energy, because the maximum scores you can get in essay writing is for body paragraph 2 and body paragraph 1. So why are you wasting your time? Our students literally have like wrote even one line conclusion. So it does not make a difference. So in conclusion, you should allocate 3 minutes, and you should not write it really wordy. Like here, I have wrote to conclude: bad days do not last long, and a person should be more patient with himself instead of giving himself hard time. Consistently hunting for better opportunities is the only way to become prosperous. Like this, you make sure that your conclusion should be aligning with your introduction, your body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. It should not be like, if you are like talking about in your introduction, that you will be supporting the first or second viewpoint. And like here I have wrote that why I support the second viewpoint. It should not be like in the conclusion you're writing down that I am going for the first, I'm going in support for the first viewpoint. It will disturb your coherence. It will puzzle the examiner that in the introduction you're going for the second, you're going in support for the second viewpoint, and in the conclusion you're changing your stance. So it will disturb your coherence. There will be no logical connection. And make sure whatever you have wrote down in your body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, so summarize that in the form of 1 to 2 lines. And if you want to give your opinion, you can also include that in, you can restate your opinion if you want to in conclusion. So proofreading, 7 minutes. Like I have allocated, like from start till the end. Introduction, 4 minutes. Sorry, mind mapping, 2 minutes. That is really powerful and really important. If you're not doing mind mapping, you are not getting anywhere in your IELTS essay. Second is introduction, 4 minutes. Then body paragraph 1, 12 minutes. Body paragraph 2, 12 minutes. And then conclusion, 3 minutes. And also do remember that if you have followed this structure, so you even get scores for your structure as well. We recently had a student, her name was Aisha. He got an overall band score of 7. I'm not advising you to do the same thing as he did, although he made a blunder, but luckily she was able to still get in writing 6.5 band scores. She wrote just 200 words in essay writing. And you know what? She told me that although I wrote like few words, she actually wasted a lot of time on task 1. So she said that although I wasted a lot of time on task 1, but still I managed to fulfill the structure. Like I filled the structure. So I said, what do you mean by that? Like she said that have wrote down the introduction, body paragraph, conclusion as well. So she said that I do know that word count is 250, and if you write below 250, your scores will be good. So she wrote just 200, but she had wrote down the structure like conclusion, body paragraph, and each and everything. And her essay was coherent. This makes your essay coherent. So she got 6.5 band scores. And if she would have fulfilled the criteria, God knows she might have even got 7 or 7.5. So fulfilling the structure, fulfilling the criteria is also really important. And the time management should be like I have told you. This is the most appropriate, and I have experimented this timing with a lot of students. Like there were students who used to take like 1 or 2 hours even to write down their essays, which was really time consuming. You won't be given even a second extra in your actual IELTS exam. So that is why proofreading is also really important. I'm telling you again, proofreading is also really, really important when it comes to IELTS writing, essay writing, especially. So make sure you have got 7 minutes. So, what to check in your proofreading time? Go through your introduction. If you find out any spelling mistakes, any grammatical mistake, or any punctuation mistake, like if you want to change your ideas, you can go for that as well. I'm not talking about changing the whole paragraphs. That will take a lot of time and it will waste a lot of energy of yours. So I'm talking about like certain words you want to, like you think that like here it is written risk taking, so you want to change this sentence, change this word to something better, use a synonym instead of that. So checking for punctuation, spelling errors, especially spelling errors, and then grammatical structure errors. If you have made some, like if you have used wrong verb form, so you should go for that. So this is a complete video that I have made, and the main purpose is to show you that even writing in a simple way, just if you have a lot of barriers in your mind, if someone is telling you you should write this, you should not write that, you should write this, so you will be restricting yourself. Don't restrict your thoughts. And one more important thing, IELTS scoring is strictly based on your creative ideas. If your ideas are not creative, if they are too generic, so you will not be getting your scores. Like I am always telling my students that, like in case of IELTS, anyone can go for IELTS examination. Like even a student who just graduated with a, like you can say O levels, or even if he is a fifth grader or a sixth grader, he can also go for the IELTS examination. So when he will be writing his thoughts and when a graduate person will be writing his thoughts, so there should be a hell of a difference between his and their ideas based on their educational qualifications. So that is why you should focus on creative thoughts rather than on the wording. The way the word choice you are, like for certain people, they watch a lot of videos and they are told that use fancy words, fancy idioms. Idioms is like a blunder that you can do in writing. I'm telling you, your writing will sound too artificial. If you have a habit of using them, like if you were using that for a very long time, and always like you have a habit of using, so you can go with it, but you are artificially injecting that in your writing, so that can sound give an impression to the examiner that you are writing an artificial thing. So I hope so that this essay structure will help you a lot in actually getting an idea about what IELTS examiners actually want. And I'm telling you, by following my structure, by writing in this simple way, and thoughts you can see that they are natural, they are wrote by a human. They are not sounding like a robot, they're not robotic. So this is what can help you in getting 7 or higher band scores in your IELTS writing. So do subscribe my channel and share this video with all of those who are struggling in IELTS writing and who think that IELTS writing is too complicated. I can ensure you this thing, that this IELTS essay structure has got us two high scorers, Muhammad Ammar and Aman, who got 7.5 bands. And there is a long list of 7 band scores students who got uh, 7 in IELTS writing. So make sure you share this video so that we can help out a lot of IELTS test takers. And if you wanted to join my IELTS Mastery pre-recorded course, like if you want to buy it, so there is a link in the description. So till the next video, Allah Hafiz.